use your voice. Go out here and do your research on politics, because it's definitely going to change your generation and how to prepare for your future. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in. You know, everyone, your voice matters. And I have a younger brother, and one thing I vowed for my younger brother was to always stay connected to him. Always. Never forget, I was once 15, 18, 25, 30. So when we talk, it's like, if I've been through it, I just be real. Even if I mess ups, you know, we have to start sharing our failures with you guys so you guys can learn, and then you guys can grow as well. So if we can come together like that, I feel like the connection can definitely grow. But that's what's so genuine. I do believe your generation know what people are lying to you guys when they're trying to use you guys and all that great stuff. And that's a gift. So you can tell when somebody, excuse my language, yes, and then you can tell somebody when someone's genuine. You know, so that's all I want to say.
And I'm glad that she said, piggyback on that point. You know, how many of y'all remember when we was pandemic? Y'all remember? Terry and I we was just trying to go over a timeline yesterday, a couple days ago, and it only involved 4 years. This timeline only involved 4 years. And we were so confused about just different parts of the timeline within a 4-year period that that, like what Candace said, sometimes we get so far away from a point that we forget about it. But I want to make sure that young people continue to keep me accountable. I want to make sure that we continue to hold other people accountable that are involved in leadership, and other people accountable that need to understand that the younger people are the next generation. So when I get elected to the seat, don't look for me to be in this seat for 25 years. Don't look for me to be in this seat for 30 years. Look for me to be in this seat for a period of time to do some good work and to be able to open the door for y'all to come in next. So be ready. Always be ready. All right, next.
Earlier, you mentioned there's a disconnect between millennials and government. You said there's a disconnect between millennials and government, and I want you to speak on that more, because I think the biggest thing is a trust factor. You know, I think there's a disconnect between what the government says it's going to do versus what it does. So I'm 19 years old, and my only preference I was able to see was Obama in 08, and I'm not. That's too early for me, and we know how Trump's presidency went, so how can we fix the trust factor between the community and the government themselves?
I appreciate that question. Just like this. Just like this. We don't even have to have the cameras or the lights or any of that, but we gotta have a conversation. You know, yesterday, I was on my way to get something to eat. I was extremely hungry. But as I was on the way to get something to eat, there was a barbershop right there. And I immediately went into campaign mode. I was like, let me turn around. Some told me to turn around, but it was a barbershop right there. I went back to that barbershop. I ended up in that barbershop with these barbers for about an hour and 20 minutes having a conversation. Hour and 20 minutes, so I wasn't planning on having that conversation. But the fact that I had that conversation with them enlightened me so much more on a different type of path of politics or communication at all. I heard his passion, he heard my passion, I heard their passion. By the time I left, I was agreeing to next week going into the woods to visit 10 homeless camps, right? Because for some reason people thought that there were no homeless people in Douglas County. But they know exactly where 10 camps are. So I also got a chance to talk to a homeless woman right there as well. She was in there, they were letting her clean up. And it was a young person with her. Khalil was with me yesterday too while we were knocking on doors. And like I said from the beginning, the foundation of anything has to be included with everybody. So in order for you to trust that I'm going to go do what I'm going to do, or just trust the system, is by having your input into the system. Or, like I said, starting right here, having those conversations, being able to talk to your person. Most of us, I know because of this, most of us don't even know how we can get in touch with our state senator, congressman, mayor, whatever. They seem so untouchable. Just the access. But you know how you demand the access? By having control of your vote. Martin Luther King said it back in the day when he was going through the young, it was a SNCC. SNCC is, can somebody get the acronym of SNCC for me? SNCC was with the Civil Rights Movement. John Lewis was overseeing. But he had a speech called "Give Us the Ballot." Basically, we're in control of our ballot. The person can come around and tell you whatever, but you have to vote. So until you start holding them accountable and not voting and using the numbers, that's how we make the difference. That's how you change it. Because nobody can hold office without being voted in office. So we, the people, have to vote them in office. We also the people that can vote them out and hold them accountable. Make sure they listen to you. So one of my missions will be with this campaign is to make sure that I'm not only doing things like this all the time, but I'm also listening. And like I told the gentleman yesterday, when I start in January, the officially sworn in day, I want to have papers of things that I've gotten together throughout the time that I had after the election to get to talk to the constituents and people, so that now when we go down there, we got a whole list of saying, all right, now we're going to have to start working on legislation on this. We got 20 young people that said the same thing. It's probably time to do that. So instead of me going down there with my own mind, I need to go down there with a collective mind. That's how we can change it. And guess what? If they don't want to do it, we got to hold them accountable. Did that answer that question somewhat? Next.
Just to go again, my name is Ronald Johnson. I'm a sophomore at Glanton University. I'm a master's in arts major. And earlier, you were talking about a lot of us are practicing our own entrepreneurship and starting our own business and whatnot. And I just wanted to ask you kind of like, what was the turning point for you that made you want to jumpstart your own business with Atlanta Production Factor, and what kind of like kept you going along the road? Because I know it's a lot of tough times. So what kind of kept you going?
Well, man, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. I remember we went trick-or-treating for Halloween. And I remember we was in church so much that we took the Halloween candy and set up in the fellowship hall and started selling it to the saints. Until the little usher that got mad, I guess we was getting with somebody reverend. You can't sell candy no more. But I started with the entrepreneurial mindset because I wanted to provide opportunities. And I couldn't necessarily see that outward. I don't want to say working for somebody, but I felt compelled more to be able to provide an opportunity for growth for anybody else that wanted. Because when I was doing that candy thing, I had my friends with me helping me sell it. And then I remember I started a class of car location business. And so I took other people's cars, put it on the website, put my price on and start selling. So my whole motivation was just to be able to reach a level higher than what my parents were, or people that I was used to seeing. We grew up poor, we grew up less fortunate, and disenfranchised. And so I wanted to provide a better level for my generation. And so I was focused on that. And sometimes in life, you got doers and you got non-doers. Or you got people that do this, you got people that do that. And I felt like that my calling was in order to just I didn't know how I was going to do it. But I like the purpose and the path that I've gone on because how am I going to say I'm an economic, I want to be an economic senator if I'm not practicing that myself? And so when there's a need for something, it's like we learned back in the day, supply and demand. So I always wanted to be the actor, the actress, the actor. But when I realized I couldn't be the actor, I had to find other ways into the business. Private security, private transportation, film and production. So the number one thing you have to do is you got to be bold. You got to believe this. You got to have faith that when you get out there, that you're going to do the best that you can. And you got to invest in yourself, financially and time. It's like you go out of the way to do something that shows your commitment to it. So things get hard, man, as much as I but one of the things that motivates me is the people that I depend on me and show them. I think about them so often. And that's one of those things that, as a senator, now I got not only just 200,000 people to think about, but I got an entire state to think about people that will either benefit or have an adverse connection to my decisions. And I want to make sure that everybody has a little bit more opportunities and resources to be an entrepreneur like I do. Because the more that somebody has that they put into something, the more they'll take care of it. And then we got a lot of that going on, and we got more people take care of things around us. So I say that have faith in yourself and believe in yourself, even when you do less than that. And did that answer your question, or was that a statement that you asked me how did I get to that point? It was just forward thinking, and people telling me they believe in me, and people, the evidence of my work coming up and helping me to be able to stay focused and push me. And that's back on again, we're going to have two babies.
So now it's about 12:45, so we're going to go to a small break where you can, those who haven't met Mike, you can personally meet and greet with Mike, and we'll bring it back at 1 o'clock. So get some refreshments, relax, conversate, talk with Mike, and come back in about 15 minutes.